Are you the someone who wants to clear a personal interview in the first attempt? Then in this, I will be taking another mock interview so that you can learn from this and can avoid some common mistakes which is done by the aspiring pilots. So, hi Amin, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you feeling today?
I feel excited and motivated.
Oh, great. Amin, can you tell me something which is not mentioned in your CV?
About myself,
Yes.
I mean, most of my achievements and my skills and achievements are mentioned in the CV already, but something different would be that I am an outgoing, empathetic, and a strong minded person. My mother was a social worker, and my father is a business person as of now. And I love traveling. I am a fiction books reader. I love watching movies. I love listening to music, and I also indulge in self care. That's something that hasn't been mentioned in my CV already.
What kind of fiction books do you read?
I read novels mostly, and I'm sorry, not novels. I read fantasy books, and that include anything between something like the Harry Potter books or the Game of Thrones, things like that.
You said you are a strong minded person. How can you justify?
I have had a few ups and downs in my life, and I have only learned from it. I've never put myself down or never seen myself in a depression kind of state just because of the ups and downs that I've been through. And I've always only come out stronger from everything that I've been through. And that's why I believe I'm a strong minded person. I'm able to take care of myself no matter what. I'm able to make decisions quickly and decide for myself what I need in my life. And that's how I believe that I'm a strong minded person.
Okay, and what do you think? I mean, how this your strong mindedness, your skills will help you navigate through this entire journey of being a pilot.
I feel like being a pilot demands a lot from you, as it also has its rewards, but also it demands a lot from you. It demands from you physically, it demands from you mentally, and being a strong-minded person is very important in that field. It requires you to be assertive at times, and that's important, and you have to learn how to do that. And it requires you to make decisions, and it requires you to work long hours at times. And in those situations, need to know how to cater for yourself and your job as well. And that's how I feel like being assertive and strong will help you throughout your journey.
But because you have seen ups and downs, that's why you have very strong minded and you know how to navigate the stress and the challenges. But a 17, 18 years old boy or girl, how will they, you know, learn what or the strategy they can use to navigate these challenges during this entire training phase?
I myself am a 19-year-old, a teenager, so I believe that not teenagers as per se are not that experienced. People believe, but we are already experienced enough in studying about our, during our school days, we study and we have tight deadlines, we have curricular activities, so we learn from that, and we learn how to manage our affairs neat and on time. We learn how to be punctual. We learn how to communicate, and it is all taught in the school. And that's, I believe, we are supposed to take in those qualities and build on those qualities and keep those throughout our life. And with that, we can navigate through any career in life. Seeing how a pilot's profession demands your assertiveness and your skills, you can keep those developed while you're schooling and use those.
Okay, let's say in an airline, if airline needs, someone who can take up the role of, you know, being a mentor to someone who have a mental health issues as being a pilot. Would you like to contribute for this?
I don't believe right as of right now that I would be capable of helping someone else because I'm young myself and I do have a lot more to learn about myself and about the world as well. So I wouldn't take up something like that. I would obviously, if there is something that I can do, I will do, but I wouldn't volunteer for something like that.
But obviously, there's a training. I mean, before that.
So yeah, I can. If they believe that I can do it, and I obviously will take an overview of what it requires out of me, or if I have those skills or not, and if I can do it, I will do it.
Why pilot?
You see, as a child, I didn't always have an answer to what I wanted to be once I grew up. But I was always fascinated by the field of aviation ever since my first flight to Singapore in 2018. The magic of flying was always extraordinary to me. And once it was time for me to make a decision on my career, I wanted to be a part of that extraordinary field. And what I'm drawn towards is the responsibility, the adventure, the skills, the focus, and the command that comes with being a pilot. And I want to include all of that in my life. And that's why I want to become a pilot.
Okay, what are the roles and responsibilities of a pilot?
A responsibility, there are a number of responsibilities that a pilot has. He has the responsibility of the aircraft, safety of the aircraft, safety of the passengers, and he also has the responsibility of maintaining his life, his schedule, his physical and mental health in order to safely travel and, conduct flight operations properly. So those are his responsibilities.
Um, in a flight, if you observe your captain is not following the SOP well, let's say you're in approach and you realize that the commander is not following the SOPs well, what will be your reaction to it?
My first step would be assessing the situation, understanding clearly what is going on, and once I'm 100% sure that the captain is not following SOPs, I would very politely approach him and ask him to follow the SOPs and tell him of the hazardous situation that would occur if he does not follow the SOPs. And if he denies to follow the SOPs even after that, I will get a little assertive and try to convince him and again tell him of the situation. And if he still doesn't listen, then I will take up command of the aircraft. I will be assertive and I'll ask them to leave the cockpit. And if they are still not listening, then I'll ask the crew to restrain them and take command of the aircraft and properly land the aircraft. And after which, immediately after landing the aircraft, I will follow up with the management and report the person.
How do you know Urdu?
I know Urdu because I know Dakhini Urdu. I'm a Muslim, and that is the language in which we communicate in our household, and that's how I know Urdu.
Can you tell me a situation in which you have shown a strong aptitude for problem solving?
So such a situation occurred when, so there was this one time in my life, and it was my 16th birthday, and I was supposed to go to Kashmir for my birthday, and I got up a little late. It was an early morning flight, so I got to the airport and it was really rushy and there was a lot of things. So it was quite clear that I was not gonna make my flight and my flight was gonna be missed. And there was a lot of stress going on at that point. My father was stressed, and there were a lot of plans revolving around that certain flight. So I took a decision of leaving the flight and then replanning my plans and being very calm in that situation. That's how I showed my aptitude for problem solving. I solved the problem, I made a decision, and then I replanned it.
And what was the outcome of that?
The outcome was we got there a little late, but nothing else was changed. We only had to spend a little more, but it was overcompensated.
Okay. So you've cleared metrology and regulation. Okay. Can you tell me about RVSM?
RVSM is Reduced Vertical Separation Minima. There is CVSM followed in order to provide separation between flights that are in the air. So in order to provide more flights, we have reduced the vertical separation minima after flight level 290. So the reduced vertical separation minima after flight level 290 is 2000 for flights on the same path, and 2,000 for the flights on the reciprocal paths, and 1,000 for the flights on the same path.
So after implementing RVSM, how many extra flight levels we got?
I'm not sure about that, so I'll have to check up on that.
Do you know right of way?
Right of way, yes. Right of way is given to the person, or given to the aircraft who is on the right side of the. Let's assume there are two aircrafts in the air. The aircraft which is on the right of the in the right position has the right of way to maintain its height and its speed, and the aircraft which is on the left is supposed to give way.
Okay. And out of the type of aircrafts, which aircraft have got more priority, like jet engines or turboprops or?
So the sequence of priority goes this way. The aircrafts which are jet engine or the strong heavy aircrafts are given the least priority. The aircraft such as balloons and gliders are given more priority. Emergency aircrafts are given priority, and gliders are given priority. And small aircrafts as well are given priority over heavy aircrafts.
Um, do you know what is post monsoon?
Post monsoon is a season in India which comes after monsoon. It is also known as the autumn season, which it lasts from about October to November.
Okay. And can you tell me what are the activities in post monsoon? What is the relevance of post monsoon?
I don't believe I know that, sir.
Do you remember when is in Tamil Nadu when is the rainfall is the highest?
I believe in July.
Okay, okay, fine. And how is thunderstorm formed?
A thunderstorm is formed from a CB cloud, a cumulonimbus cloud, and when there are strong updrafts and downdrafts in that cloud, a thunderstorm is formed. There are different stages to a thunderstorm. There is a formation stage, a mature stage, and a dissipating stage. I do not exactly know how exactly what starts the thunderstorm and what makes it happen, but yeah, I know that lightning and thunder are what create a thunderstorm.
What is the are you on LinkedIn?
No, sir.
So which ACRES investigation you have seen recently?
The aircraft investigation that I have seen recently was, I believe, the Trivandrum crash that happened. Ronak ma'am made us watch that in order to complete a group discussion. That was the latest aircraft investigation that I saw. But the latest that I've read about is the Delta airline that flipped in the Toronto.
Okay. What do you think? What was the reason behind it?
I think negligence was the reason behind the Toronto crash, since it was an icy region and people were supposed to shovel off the ice from the runway, and I think it was neglected and miscalculated. That's why it happened. I mean, there were minor injuries and minor casualties, but still it could have been avoided.
Can we land on snow?
We cannot. We can, but we need to calculate with keeping that in mind, increasing our speed and approach and everything, calculate that and then land on snow.
And how do you calculate that?
I'm not sure, sir.
Thank you. You have a great leadership skills, huh?
I do, sir. I mean, my mother was a politician, so I learned from that.
Good. Good, yeah. No feedback, nothing. एक बार वो चेक कर लेना पोस्ट मॉनसून वाला.
हाँ सर, वैसे इन्फॉर्मेशन मुझे चाहिए. आंसर्स वेरंट करेक्ट.
वो ठीक है. टेक्निकल नॉलेज का तो कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. Don't worry.
वैसे other things, that's fine. Okay.
As you can see, her interview was so good. She have that leadership skills, and but I want to suggest you that you be on the LinkedIn, follow some nice groups, aviation communities, and get the aviation insight. Every day read aviation articles, blogs, and watch ACRES investigations on YouTube as well. And be a part of nice community so that once you knows what's happening in the aviation, you also becomes confident, and the interviewer will also have a confidence and will also get to know that you are really passionate and interested about aviation, because they want to hire serious and passionate aviators. And in the description below, there is a link from which you can download the 10 common mistakes to avoid during personal interview. Thank you. See you in the next video.